What I have on the table right now is eventually going to be a black crappie. What I did earlier is I chiseled off the face off of the rough wood, so now it's something that I can work with. And I'm going to end up outlining what I put in here earlier with this one to make it a little deeper, and then take a smaller chisel and just get my levels down. And then from there, I can go a lot deeper and shape the whole body out. What I'm also going to try to do today is, with this same blade here, is I'm going to get these lines in and put this back fin down a little further, and then maybe do some details on here once I get the body shaped out. All right, the crappie is set up. I got a table with a bunch of holes in it. I made these little pegs, and these pegs are going to basically hold it still, and then I can flip it around and still work on the body. The wood carves this way on this portion, it carves this way on the back half, and that's how I position the fish. So let's get to work. What I'm doing first here is just the little outline. I'm just barely scratching the surface of this wood, digging in just so I have something to ride down with this blade. Sort of like that. If I go any deeper, I risk running off track, and that could be detrimental, because then when I'm carving, I sort of like the look that I drew in. And the sign of a true master carver is how well you can hide mistakes. I don't hide a lot of mistakes, but I do. So I'm just going to turn my radio up and just get to work. So I'm not going to talk very much.
In Waukesha on West Sunset Drive, Hartford on West Sumner Street, Oak Creek on South 27th Street, and 2 in Kenosha on 52nd and 75th Streets. Get your oil change today in just 5 minutes. Protect your engine this winter and enjoy a free beverage at Take 5 Oil Change. No appointment necessary, just drive in. You don't even need to get out of your car. Visit Take5OilChange.com.
From Warshawski. That people choose an attorney because of an ad with actors or a football player or a childlike rhyme blows my mind, considering how much there is to lose by hiring the wrong attorney. Injured? It is about the money. Warshawski.com.
9 o'clock. With Bob and Brian on 1029 the Hockey News Show. That before I mentioned Mandy, they get you signed up to my Ticket to See Black Label Society starting at 3 o'clock tomorrow. They're going to be out doing their show live roll wheels inside of Expo Center in State Fair Park. Need more details? Go to our website, 1029thehog.com. 901. It's time for the news. Carrie, I ran into a woman yesterday, by the way, Carrie.
With your car?
No, just a chance encounter.
Yeah.
She recognized me.
Oh.
We had a quick little conversation, and she said, hi. And then she stopped, and she goes, no, forget it. I said, no, what? Did she ask if you were Bob? No, she knew. There's no doubt in her mind. She knew exactly who I was. And she was very, very complimentary, very nice. And
Did you say something stupid to her?
well, I don't think I did, but I never think I say anything stupid. So, you decide.
Didn't seem to scare her anyway. Not, you know, not enough not to
No.
talk to you or.
Very nice things to say.
Yeah.
She and her husband have listened to the show, according to her, for some time.
Right now I'm going a little deeper because I made the cut with this a little deeper. So now it's a little safer to apply some pressure. With my
I get a lot of lead off.
my blade here, I just sharpened it this morning, so it's really doing going through this wood really easy.
Oh.
All I'm doing is just getting this fin higher than the bottom. It doesn't need to be completely how I want it in the end. just need it to be exposed a little more than it is.
And she's done with our conversation.
This and the gill.
Just and she starts to walk away. And I said, what? And she goes, it's okay. I said, no, what? She goes, I don't know how Carrie works with you. Which time I informed her that you were, and which time I informed her you were the luckiest broadcaster in Wisconsin. So she seems to like you. Also at the same time, like Carrie wanted both of us. Both of us. It was
This being pine,
both of us. So I felt like I was
it's sort of sticky.
I immediately told her what a
So,
lucky woman Carrie was.
gotta be more careful working with this stuff than I do with basswood or even maple for that matter.
It's like the middle of the show long. I pointed that out.
All right, so now I got the fin and the gill at a workable level. And then another thing that I do first off the bat is before I even shape the body is this level right here, I'm gonna bring this down to it. And look at all this pine tar. And it's gonna probably actually play into the whole look of the body, since it's gonna be a black crappie. I gotta work with what I have. All right, so this transition here looks really good. All right, now I'm just gonna start shaping. This generally doesn't take very long to get the body shaped out. You see I already did part of the tail, but I need the body shaped out before I can cut these rays in. One thing I like to get done first is get this tail down. Always trying to get down to a level where I can work it. Not all pine wood is this sappy. This is going to have a really unique look on the background to it, just because of this pine sap. Some pine that I've worked with, when they put it in the dryer, in the heat, they crank the heat up a little bit higher, and that brings all this pine tar, this pine sap to the surface. Almost glad they didn't do it on this one. This one's looking really good. I can already tell, man, that the background's gonna look good, and since this is gonna be stained in a black crappie, this is actually gonna look really nice. Yeah, definitely with the sharper blades, this thing is working really nice. When I get to a point where it's no longer cutting, but it's chipping and tearing, that's when you got to address your blades. In fact, every 15 minutes or so, this is a stropping block. Just put some polishing compound on it, and then just get it honed back in. Let me turn this radio down. Said I wasn't going to talk very much on this, but obviously I am. I'm trying to build up my YouTube audience, and I want to do more instructional type stuff. And when I mean instructional stuff, I got a piece right here that I'm still working on. This is a Nautilus I just did. Now, this is not a beginner by any means, but what I mean instructional, a round dome, because this teaches you, it teaches blade discipline. You have to go this way, and then this way, and this way on a piece of wood because of how the grain goes. So this is the reason why I'm trying to get this YouTube channel up and running. It is up and running. I just don't have very many subscribers. I'm trying to change that. Now right here, I'm going to try to get this part of the body a little bit lower to match this bottom part of the where the fin meets the bottom part of the cut. See, I just tore that, so that's a transition part. It's a transition point right here. Just gotta remember that. Where's my other pen? So many pins I'm working with. Hold this sucker in place. Always try to be careful not to cut away what you don't need cut away. So this video is just going to be the general shape of the fish. I'll do other videos of the details and edit them all together later. Almost done with the general shape. The reason why I did this cut here first is so I can transition from here to here and smooth it all in. Again, this is just a very general rough cut, because I want to get this down on an angle so I can work on these fins later. Smells really good, by the way. It's pine. It's working with aromatic cedar. I made a sign, which went to Australia with one of the Tasmanian tigers I made. I love working on that thing. It smelled so good. I actually kept some of it and I put it in my dresser. I think when I bought it, they're thinking, you know, I was gonna make a cabinet or something. I'm like, a sign. I really didn't care about what it smelled like. I love working with it, but I just love the how the grain looked. All right, that is the general shape that I need to work with. And now I can get these rays in. And that's it for today.